If you want to understand why your belly stays heavy and swollen from the time you rise until you rest at night, do not look at what you ate for supper. Do not reach for another antacid. Look at what your liver is asking for in the very first minutes of your morning. Hello there, neighbors. Most mornings we reach for coffee before our feet have even settled on the floor. But underneath all of that bloating, the tightness, the belly that looks full before the first meal has been touched, there's a liver that is backed up and a gut that has stopped moving the way it should. This information could change your mornings and your comfort in ways a rushed appointment may never get around to sharing. What I am going to walk you through today is not sitting on a pharmacy shelf. It lives in the plants, in the land, in a simple cup prepared just right. And it may begin clearing what years of the wrong morning habits have quietly built up inside. My name is Mary Littlebear. I am a traditional healer of the Cherokee Nation from eastern Oklahoma, and I have tended to my community through plant medicine and the old ways for over 60 years. My grandmother taught me. Her mother taught her. And the women before them, 7 generations back in our family. I listen to my neighbors because I have watched what these plants do across a lifetime of seasons. My grandmother used to say that all sickness begins in the belly. The old ones understood this long before any laboratory confirmed it. The gut, what we have always called the belly root, sets the tone for everything else in the body, how we fight illness, how the body manages its inner fire, how our hormones hold their balance, how well we sleep, how clearly the mind moves through the day. Everything. And they were right. My great-grandmother lived past 90. My grandmother passed 87. Her sister passed 92. And the women in our community, through hard winters and harder summers, rarely struggled with the kind of bloating and liver trouble we see so commonly today. Researchers have come to our land with notebooks and their instruments trying to understand why. What they found, after years of study, confirmed what my grandmother already knew by the time she was a young woman. The morning matters more than any other hour. Now, before I walk you through this morning ritual, I want to warn you, one part of what I'm going to share will surprise nearly 9 out of 10 people watching. Most folks are doing it wrong, and doing it in the wrong order, which means the body never receives the full benefit. Stay with me all the way through. The sequence is everything. Before we go further, I want to ask you something. Leave me a comment below. Tell me your age, and tell me how long you've been carrying this morning heaviness or this belly trouble. I read every single comment on this channel. Your answers help me decide what to cover next, and every one of them matters to me. In this video, I'm going to show you the one warm thing your liver is asking for before it does anything else each morning. I will share the ancient morning pairing that our people used to keep the gut moving through cold seasons. I will walk you through the order of the morning step by step, because the sequence changes what the body is able to receive. And I will finish with the single most faithful habit my grandmother called the liver's morning prayer, the one act done every day that may do more for your belly than anything else I know. One small favor, neighbors? If you find something useful here today, take 2 seconds and hit subscribe. You will not miss anything I share. And more of our folks will be able to find this kind of teaching. Now, most mornings for folks past 60 follow a familiar pattern. The alarm sounds, the feet hit the floor, the coffee goes on, maybe a piece of toast, and the day begins. What most people do not realize is that this pattern, comfortable as it is, asks nothing of the liver before it is handed a full morning's worth of work. Your liver does not rest the way you rest. It has been filtering through the night, processing old waste, managing what came in from the day before. By the time you wake, it is primed and ready for one specific thing before it takes on anything else. Coffee is not it. After 60, the liver's ability to clear and produce bile smoothly begins to slow. The bile backs up, the digestion slows behind it, and the belly bloats before the first meal has even arrived. That is what is happening, and it can be addressed with something far simpler than most people expect. My grandmother called what I am about to share the morning cleanse. She made it before the sun cleared the tree line, before anything else touched her lips, and she made it the same way every morning of her adult life. Warm water for this, close to the temperature of the inside of your wrist, the kind the body can receive without pulling back. Into that warm water, she added the juice of half a fresh lemon. A compound in the lemon called D-limonene gently coaxes the liver into producing bile, the fluid your body uses to break down fat and move old waste toward the exit. Think of it the way water moving through a pipe loosens what has settled along the walls. That is what this first ingredient is doing, quietly every morning. Then came ginger. A thin slice of fresh ginger root bruised just enough to release its warmth. Ginger quiets the inflammation that slows digestion down. It works on the gut lining the way a warm cloth works on a stiff joint. It brings circulation, it opens things up, it allows movement where there was stillness. And then dandelion root, either as a small brewed tea or dried and steeped for 5 minutes in the warm water itself. Our people have called dandelion a liver friend for more generations than I can count. It supports bile flow, and it carries bitter compounds that signal the whole digestive system to wake and begin moving. A humble plant that grows along fence lines and in the cracks of dry soil. But do not let that fool you. My grandmother trusted it more than most things in her medicine cabinet. Together, these three work the way a river does in early spring. The movement returns, the things sitting still begin to shift, and the belly that was carrying weight through the night starts to ease. I had a neighbor, Dorothy, 71 years old, a retired school teacher from Chattanooga, Tennessee. She came to me after years of waking to a belly already full of pressure and heaviness. Her doctor had run the tests, found nothing alarming, but the discomfort held on. What had been overlooked was simple. Her morning was beginning backwards. Coffee first, a rushed breakfast, and nothing for the liver to open with. She started this morning drink. Within 2 weeks, she told me the morning heaviness had reduced by about 60%. By the end of her second month, the bloating she had carried since her late 60s had quieted to something manageable on most days. She told me, Mary, I did not know my mornings could feel this way, like they belonged to me again. Now the order matters. My grandmother did not do this in just any sequence, and I have watched what happens when the steps are rearranged. Step 1. Before anything else, drink a small glass of plain warm water when you first rise. About 8 ounces. This wakes the gut gently, the way you ease a door open rather than force it wide. Step 2. Wait 5 minutes. Then prepare your morning drink. Warm water, the juice of half a fresh lemon, a small piece of fresh ginger, and your dandelion root, either steeped as a tea or added directly to the warm water. Sip it slowly, over 10 to 15 minutes, not all at once. Step 3. Wait 15 more minutes before anything else enters the body. No coffee yet. No food. Give the liver and the gut those quiet minutes to begin the work the drink has asked of them. Here is something the old ones knew long before any study named it. After age 60, most of us have lost a meaningful share of the good bacteria that once kept the belly steady. Adding a probiotic helps, but only partway. Those bacteria need food to survive inside you, what researchers now call prebiotic fiber. And without what the bacteria produce as they work the healing compounds called postbiotics, the gut lining cannot repair itself the way it needs to. Think of it like a garden. You need the seeds, the right soil, and what the plants give back to the earth when they are done. All three must be present, or the garden stays thin. I want to pause here because the question about the gut, the prebiotic fiber, the probiotics, and what the bacteria produce, that is what my neighbors ask about more than almost anything else. I want to mention something I have landed on called BoochBod. It is a kombucha gummy, not a pill, which matters to most of us at this age. It brings all three together: prebiotic fiber, a probiotic strain called lactospore, and a postbiotic called postbiotics LM1004. It also carries dandelion root and slippery elm, two plants that my grandmother's people have relied on for a very long time. Over 30,000 people are already using it. You will find the link in the description below. And please speak to your doctor before starting any supplement. Back to the morning. There are a few supporting habits I have watched work alongside this drink that are worth knowing. The first is a small amount of raw apple cider vinegar, the kind with the cloudy mother still in it, about 1 teaspoon stirred into a glass of warm water mid-morning after the first meal has settled. The organic acids in it continue what the lemon started, helping the liver manage bile acids and quieting the fermentation that causes gas and pressure through the day. The second is movement before the first meal. Even 5 minutes of slow walking or gentle stretching with both arms raised wakes the lymph system. The lymph has no pump of its own. It moves only when we move. After 60, this matters more than it did 20 years earlier. The third is a few bitter greens with the first meal. Dandelion leaves if you can find them, or a small handful of arugula. Bitters signal the whole digestive system, the way a bell signals a kitchen. Prepare. The work is about to begin. If you're managing a liver condition or taking any medications that process through the liver, please speak with your doctor before adding new herbs to your morning routine. These are plants with real effects, and your doctor should know what you are working with. After more than 60 years of watching what holds and what fades, here are a few things I would add. Tip 1. Consistency over intensity. A small morning drink done faithfully every day will do more for your belly than a cleanse done once and then forgotten. The body responds to what is steady. Tip 2. Temperature matters. Warm water, not cold. Cold tightens the gut and slows what you are trying to start. Warm opens it. Tip 3. Add the lemon after the water has cooled just enough that you can hold your finger in it comfortably. High heat changes the compounds you are relying on. Wait, then squeeze. Tip 4. Fresh ginger root outperforms dried powder for this purpose. If you can find it at the store, slice a small piece fresh each morning. The warmth it carries is different when it is still alive in the root. 3 mistakes I see most often. Mistake 1. Drinking this too quickly. If you finish it in 2 minutes, the body does not have time to absorb what it is being given. Sip slowly over at least 10 minutes. Mistake 2. Using bottled lemon juice. The compound in fresh lemon that speaks to the liver is not stable in a bottle for long. Fresh lemon is not optional in this drink. The bottled version will not give you the same result. Mistake 3. Eating immediately after. The 15 minutes that follow the morning drink are when the liver and the gut are doing the work you just asked of them. Guard that time. Coffee can wait. Your belly will thank you. I want to say one more thing before we close today, neighbors. The morning I am describing is not complicated. 3 ingredients. A few quiet minutes. And when you make it, you are choosing your mornings. You are choosing the years ahead when your grandchildren will remember you as someone who was present and clear-headed, who could still take a slow walk to the garden before the day began. It is never too late to begin. I have watched men and women in their 80s start this practice and feel their mornings shift within weeks. The body at 75 still knows how to heal. It is waiting for the right signal. You are the one who gives it. Let me bring this together for you. 1. The standard morning routine, coffee before anything else, is not giving the liver what it needs to begin its work for the day. 2. The morning drink, warm water with fresh lemon, fresh ginger, and dandelion root, gently starts the liver and moves the gut before anything else enters. 3. The sequence, plain warm water first, then the drink, then 15 quiet minutes, is what makes the body actually receive the benefit. 4. The supporting habits, apple cider vinegar mid-morning, movement before eating, and bitter greens with the first meal, reinforce what the morning drink has started. If something here today was useful to you, I would love for you to subscribe so we can keep this conversation going. And if you have a spouse or a neighbor who carries this same morning heaviness, share this with them. They may need to hear it. Leave me a comment below and tell me which part of this morning routine you are going to try first. I read every single comment on this channel. The BoochBod link I mentioned is in the description below whenever you are ready to take a look. Until next time, I'm grateful you were here.